of 3 presidential jets. I said it before, now you hear it again. Once I spoke, twice you heard. Okay. Anyways, you would find this big story on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. And it's got quite a number of writers underneath it over disputes between Ogun State Chinese firm. That's one. Second, federal government has no contractual obligation with Chinese firm. Presidency saying that now. Process attaching aircraft to contract fraudulent. Ogun government is saying that seized presidential jets are sovereign assets immune from attachment. AGF is saying that. Says legal diplomat steps on course to ensure discharge of inappropriate order. And the last rider to that one now, secret purchase of presidential jet despite outcry, insensitive. Obi is saying that one right there. Okay, so let's see this one on page 2. Nigeria battles multiple diseases as Mpox cases rise to 39. 39. 30. Open your ears. Be careful. Look, monkeypox. Not funny. 39, page 2, carrying that story. To page 8 now. Kano governor has reduced governance to a joke. Ganduje is saying that one. A strong authority, he says. And it's got one writer dismisses claim of missing document on corruption trial. All right, to page 5 now. This one says Nigeria sets new record as over 30,000 mothers breastfeeding simultaneously. Awesome. Okay. New record we set. Page 8 now. Nigerians are hungry due to failure of government. Afe Babalola is saying that one now. It's got one writer to it. Backs the Patriots. Call for new constitution. And still at the base now. Page 3. Senate denies receiving 21 million naira as salary allowances. It's got just one writer to it now. Says running costs not peculiar to National Assembly. Away from that one and going at the height of it, the apex, the apogee, the height, the zenith, the top of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Despite rising price of items, NBS says inflation rate drops to 33.40%. That's supposed to give us sucker, right? Page 6 is carrying that one now. And I'm seeing this one. Page 5, following back to back, by the way. NJC recommends Kekereekun as CJN, 28 others as judges. Okay. That's it. And finally, the Vanguard newspaper is what we're looking at now. And it's going to be the last daily that we'll be looking at just before I open the phone lines officially. So just to hear from you. But let's see the Vanguard newspaper. The big story says federal government, Ogun government battle to recover seized presidential jets. Didn't know we had presidential jets outside there. But yeah. They're seized now, and so we are knowing about them. Okay, but I see a couple of writers following this one now. Chinese firm Zhongshan secures Paris court order. And second writer, order attempt by Chinese company Zhongshan to strip Nigeria of assets. Presidency saying that. Third writer, Ogun government faults fraudulent legal process by Zhongshan. This name is going to be really popular now. And the last writer to that one, it's an international embarrassment. Okay, Peter Obi saying that one now. And, I see this one now. Tinubu and Gwema, they're signing pipeline project deal. Oh, exchanging. I wouldn't say exchanging vows, but it looks like that. It looks like it. This one has green, the other one has brown. Okay. I guess the green, brown, okay, I get it. No problem. Well, that's what it is right there. And you should see this one. Igbo professionals condemn Igbo must go campaign. All right. Page 11 is down and it's carrying that story now. To this one, federal government mediates between discos man over electricity tariff hike. Page 19 is carrying that story. Now, at the very top of it now, I'm talking about the height of it now, above the Vanguard newspaper banner, you would find this one. Inflation rate eases to 33.4% in wake of harvest season. Page 19 is carrying that one. Now, to this one, page 9, NJC recommends Kudirat Kekereekun as CJN. Page 9. Now to page 8, following back to back, by the way. Monkeypox, Bayelsa leads as NCDC confirms 39 cases in 33 states, including FCT. Okay. And page 20 now. Mixed reactions as federal government plans to boost external reserves with 500 million US dollars federal government of Nigeria bond. All right, that is all with the Vanguard newspaper. It's about that time. Arise and shine, and pick up your mobile devices right now, your gadgets. Turn on your radio set, wherever you may be, listening to the sound of my voice, listening to this platform, listening to this station, listening to this station that is not just a radio station, but an institution. You deserve this. That's right. Okay, so thank you for that. Now, it will be the time to just have your voice heard loudly and clearly in the arena of the pages. The number to call is 09073530044. The other number would be 0908-766-8888. And the WhatsApp portal number is 0909-705-4450. So you're watching outside the shores of Nigeria, as you should, and you're watching even though you're domiciled here. You want to have an audio-visual radio experience, and you're doing so right now. Well done, right? Do well to also let us in to the fact that you came, you saw, and you conquered. So we know that you came indeed, and you saw, and you conquered. Taking this one now. Hello and good morning.
Good morning, boys. Good morning.
Good morning to you, my brother.
My name is Solomon Language.
Solomon, welcome aboard. Feels good to hear from you. Where are you calling from? Yeah?
All this money, well, now government, they borrow. What are they doing with all this money? I got your voice.
What are they doing? I mean, it's a capital project and infrastructural development projects. That's what you're looking at.
No wonder when they say, sing national anthem, you go pay 5 million. They are looking for a way to recover to pay the money.
Well, that has been dropped. That has been dropped already. The person who sponsored that bill actually dropped it, talking about Abbas Tajuddin. He dropped it already. Yeah. I understand.
We can't damage way body to this country. Good voice. Yeah, you're doing a great job.
Anyways, thank you, Solomon, the wise one. Appreciate that one there. Right, you can still put that call through. Yeah, doing a great job, and it's about you. If you're not on the other side listening, well then, what would be the cause for this job? Hello and good morning to you.
Good morning, Master Udra.
Good morning to you, Dr. Olajide. Welcome aboard. Talk to us.
Thank you. My regards to callers, the business in and outside of Abuja. His Excellency Peter Obi said it's an embarrassment for Nigerian jets to be seized. Master Udra.
Yes, please.
Sometimes I wonder the caliber of His Excellency Peter Obi that at any point in time, the news that come out that have been that you see this man behind his keypad on Twitter, on Facebook, to have been quickly disseminated without even himself read it properly. It's unfortunate if people will continue this way. I've never seen him share good news about Nigeria. But immediately there's a negative news, people will quickly go behind his keypad and start sharing it without even reading the news properly.
Right.
The news read that the Chinese government want to seize Nigerian plane due to the money Ogun State government hold that Chinese firm.
Which Ogun State government is also saying is fraudulent. Yeah.
It's Ogun State government. It's not federal government.
Right.
This is what I'm saying. The president is supposed to know. If he wants to break this, he's supposed to fight the people that cause this kind of problem. Not federal government. This is what we are saying. This is caliber. Continue to run on stage with this kind of news. What do you expect other people to say? At least the presidency should please, people want to break news, analyze it so that people will understand this. That is what we are saying.
Right.
God bless Nigeria.
God bless Nigeria. Thank you so much, Dr. Olajide, right there. Yeah, read to understand. Don't just read to pass exams, because most of the time when you read to pass exams, you still don't pass in the end if you don't have understanding, right? Some talk right there from the doctor himself, Dr. Olajide. Thank you so much. Keep the calls coming through. So got the score. Let's take it. Hello and good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, please. Please, good morning to you. What's your name?
Please, Donatus calling from Niger.
All right, Donatus, welcome aboard.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Mr.
please.
Douglas, they
Yeah.
are going to judge you according to their law. They are not judging us according to who collected, who started the contract between Ogun State and Chinese company. You understand? They are judging you according to their law. People should understand that.
Right.
Ogun State may not have that kind of money. You understand? To pay. That's why they judge you according to their law. And in their law, this is what they will see if this contract fails. So people should just understand. So federal government should interfere. Federal government should interfere on that.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right, federal government should interfere. They're not judging you based on the laws that you think you know. They're judging you based on their law. But there is also an international law that talks about issues like this. And that law actually says that there is no right on no account should a sovereign asset be seized. On no account, especially when that sovereign asset was out there in another part of the world for maintenance purposes and for legit businesses and all of that. Don't seize it. Don't use it to arm twist, hold to ransom, right? And that is it. But, well, that's according to Bayo Nanoga right there. But let's still hear from you, though. Taking this one. Hello and good morning.
Hello, good morning, my brother.
Good morning to you. King K. Where are you calling from, please?
Calling from Carol.
All right, feels good.
Thank you, my brother. You're doing a very good job. God bless you. God
bless
increase
you,
you.
man. Yeah.
And God bless every caller of this radio station.
Amen
now,
to that.
Talking about Emefiele's assets.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you read it, I was trying to convert that amount to naira.
No way.
It amount to billions. So, and you remember during cashless policy, this gentleman was telling us that we should endure. Was he telling us to endure so that he will enjoy? Because we suffered all this. Who was Emefiele before he became, the boast, the position he held in Nigeria? Now, if you convert the money he made at that position and what he was having before, you will understand the reason why some of them would not even want to leave that position, even when they're there. I will stop at that. But how do you convince somebody like me to endure hardship when I am seeing your assets? And now I'm talking about, I don't know whether you read it, that Naira appreciates.
Yes,
today.
appreciated.
I was just so happy. And I was like, how I wish I would see the person who made that statement, and I would give the person just 1,000 Naira for the person to go to US and convert it to dollar, and let me see what he will have left.
Okay.
Thank you. God bless every positive thinking.
Okay, I get that though. King K. Well, thank you for that one. Well, we should hear from you again. Getting on to this one. Hello and good morning.
Good morning.
Hello and good morning to you, please. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Maxwell. I'm calling from Maraba.
Sorry, I didn't get the name.
Max is my name.
Maxi.
Calling from Maraba.
Maxi?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Maxi.
Yes.
Let's get into it.
The seizure of the Nigerian, is it plane or jet?
Jets, yeah. Assets. Let's just call them assets, actually.
Thank you. Assets. And you're talking about the good states that borrowed the money. And the Chinese went and fired against Nigeria, and now they have seized assets. Good luck. We have to talk about sea finished. The same Chinese in Nigeria are the ones having all the affairs, the construction, the mining, illegal, in Nasarawa, all over the part of Nigeria. And they are taking away our assets. And the government is keeping quiet. The people are keeping quiet. The same people have the impetus to go and seize Nigeria's assets, in fact. Is it not finished? The time is now for Nigerian government to send these people back in. They are killing Nigerians. They are causing problems. They are seizing houses. Everywhere you see, you are hearing even in radio, television, the way they treat the workers in Nigeria are like just slaves. But what can you go in China and do that? In China, their laws are taken seriously. And now in Nigeria, it's like here. And I don't know why Nigeria should keep quiet and China is taking over. You know, insult. You don't know, my dear brother.
All right, my brother.
You are going to find a good state. It is not. It's not untenable. Right. People should be shown the way out.
Okay.
If you want to get the relationship, you do me, I do you.
Okay.
The way Nigeria are treated is the way China should be treated. I mean, Nigeria treat China. It's embarrassing. Whether it's Ogun State or Nigeria, the Chinese are lording over Nigeria. If in Nigeria, the Chinese will carry police and they will beat you, and you as a citizen, and they are moving up. Who give the power? Must you borrow money from them? That's because of relationship.
Okay.
Look at Russia. They are standing their ground and say, I am a sovereign nation. It's not one laughing.
All right, Maxi, I get it.
Oh.
Because it's almost like a repetition right now. But yeah, you've made some strong points. Throw them out of the country, you're saying. I mean, that they're holding us is too much now. What an insult. Well, I can also understand, from where you're coming from. But we should also clarify this. The presidency on Thursday had said it is aware of the failed attempts, right, by a Chinese company, Zhongshan Fusheng Industrial Investment Company Limited, to take over offshore assets of the federal government of Nigeria through subterfuge. And subterfuge simply means deceptive or sneaky behavior, hiding one's true intention or actions, using tricks or clever tactics to achieve a goal, concealing the truth, or misleading others. So this was contained actually in a statement by Bayo Ananoga, Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy. Now, it clarified that the federal government is not under any contractual obligation with the company, noting the case in which Zhongshan tries to use every unorthodox means to strip the country's offshore assets is between the company and the Ogun State government. That, however, the federal government would be working now in with the Ogun State government to ensuring that all of these things are resolved completely. Well, we should take this one now. Hello and good morning.
Good morning, Udwa.
Yes, good morning to you, please.
Brother,
That's right.
Good morning. My name is UND.
All right.
Calling you right here in Atokoro.
Oh, awesome. UND, let's get to hear you.
Yes, my brother. Good morning, all good people of Nigeria and Eagle FM 102.3, the radio experience you can count on.
Right.
May God bless you all.
That's right.
See, while we are, thank you very much, my brother.
Yes, my brother.
You see, what we are saying always, when we are lamenting, it look like people don't like our government. And Nigeria belongs to all of us. You see, seizing our assets here in France. You see, why these people are ridiculous. They look down, they see nothing. How wish our leaders have long plans. I'm not even talking about Tinubu's regime or administration for now. I'm talking from almost all of them. You see, and our judiciary don't have that capacity to perform and call most of those people on. I wish we have those people don't need us. They need us, but we don't need them. Right. We can do without them, and they cannot do without us because of what God has already blessed this entity called Nigeria. So that is what we have been saying. Let's restructure our constitution and revisit it so that the judiciary will have a very big, autonomy to fight down and make that particular position to be not even. You must have that passion to work for your people.
Okay.
The Western region, they even need to learn from us because we are always our brother's keeper as Africa.
Right.
So I don't see any reason why they will ridicule us like that.
All right.
My leaders try to do. I know they can do it.
Okay.
Abacha don't need those people. We don't need them, but they need us. So let's just put our head and our heart together and do our quota to write our name on gold so that this nation will be, as it's supposed to be. Look at dollar compared to naira. It's a change. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
May your
much.
days
Appreciate, man.
belong.
You too, man. You too. Thank you. Thank you. Far too kind. Well, we're still taking reactions right there. And yes, conversation is drilling and spewing left, right, and center. I must also bring to your eardrums the fact that Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, has stated that the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu does not molest or intimidate the media. In fact, he stated this when he received a delegation from the British Broadcasting Corporation, as the BBC, in his office, as that yesterday, saying the policy thrust of the Tinubu administration remains to uphold the freedom of the press. The government expects international media organizations to exercise due diligence in their reportage. Alrighty, seeing this one now, let's take this call. Hello and good morning.
Hello.
Yes, please. Good morning.
Say the judgment.
Hello. Good morning, please. Hello.
My name is Didi.
All right, GB. Where are you calling from? Good.
It's a Chinese company has got the judgment that our assets, the presidential jet, should be seized. The job is smart by half. How can you have problem or issue with a state and then get a judgment against the federal government that is not even in part of your suit? This is how they went about looking for Jankara judgment when that PIB or PI
PNID, yeah,
$9.something billion. They overcut it now. Sometimes they say that if in Nigeria this happened, they say Nigeria just are corrupt. How can you go and get a judgment against somebody that's not part of your party who are not in your deal at all? You have problem with the state and you went to court. You now include Nigeria property. In fact, it's something that they should not be head of that judge. But nevertheless, they vacate that thing. And also, the nomination of Justice Judicial Kekere, the welcome development. Let's have another lady in the saddle of the justice for another time. At least let's see another thing happen in Nigeria so that they can revive and they can cleanse the judiciary and make it work. I trust in their capacity to deliver. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you, GB, for that one. It is still Eagles 102.3 FM's The Pages, where we look into the front pages of Nigerian newspapers and bring it to your audiovisual consciousness. If you're not following us already via the X handle, you better go do that right now at Eagles FM Abuja. Get on to the YouTube channel, subscribe, and of course, make your presence felt in all of these platforms, as I mentioned, and the Facebook page wall. All right, it would be at Eagles FM Abuja to have that audiovisual national television Eagles FM sponsored, display. Yeah, you can get on there at Eagles FM Abuja and see it for yourself. Be the first-handedly, right? It's not somebody tell somebody can't tell you for the back. Somebody now, no. I'm telling you right now at Eagles FM Abuja, and give us a like, give us a comment, give us a share as well. Let's just go catch a breath. We'll be right back in a short bit.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
From Milky Way to Earth, everywhere there's internet, you can connect with Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Log on to our website www.eaglesfm.com. Follow and engage with us now on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok at Eagles FM Abuja, Instagram at Eagles FM 1023. Download our apps on your Android and iOS stores. Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, your radio experience you can count on.
If it is an experience that we give on radio, well, it has to be Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, because you can count on the experience that we give to you every time on all our shifts and all our segments. We are indeed doing our best to ensure that we keep you company, keep you entertained, keep you informed, and allow for some education to course through your brain, right? And allow you to be a better person. Trust me. Ridiculing the fact that some people might come out to say different things about, what we do as a family, but come on, the fact is still standing sure. And yes, the fact would be the fact that we are standing strong, having the bragging right. And I always say it, who gave it to us? You did, right? So we're still looking at the pages now, front page of Nigerian newspapers. We'll be getting into the WhatsApp portal in a short bit, but maybe we can entertain one or two calls and then we get to the WhatsApp portal and allow for a seamless conversation right there, right? And seeing this one here, somebody had come out to saying something that is very, very, very serious, right? The founder of the Afe Babalola University, Ado Ekiti, that's right, Are Afe Babalola, had yesterday taken a swipe at the federal government over the distribution of palliatives. He described it as an attempt to turn Nigerians into beggars and leading them to poverty. In fact, he also threw his weight behind the Patriots' call for a new constitution. Okay, that is his position on the matter. And remember that some time ago, just a few days ago, I believe, during the concluded hashtag and bad governance in Nigeria protest that started in August 1 and spanned till August 10th, which some people said, well, didn't even quite last till the 10th of August of 2024. We had heard that in one of those provocations that went down in Kano State, that there was a stealing of documents carted away by hooligans, miscreants, and all of that. That contained matters that linked Ganduje, that's the former governor of the state, to corruption. Well, Ganduje, who happens to be the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, has yesterday described as ridiculous and unreasonable the insinuation by the Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf that he, Ganduje, hired miscreants who masquerading as protesters to break into the state high court and steal some sensitive documents relating to his corruption trial. Well, the Yusuf-led state government had filed at least 2 corruption charges against Ganduje, including one in which the ex-governor, his wife, Hafsat San Umar, and others were accused of $413,000 and 1.38 billion naira bribery. Okay, so Ganduje said, you're saying I'm the one who sponsored. Oh, come on. Don't be ridiculous right now. Don't be ridiculous. Are you serious now? He said, in fact, in one of the other posts, he had said, this is the worst governor ever. That he has shamed the idea of governorship. He has ridiculed governorship in Nigeria. I was talking about Abba, Yusuf Abba. Yusuf Abba had ridiculed governorship or governance in Nigeria. And he's not happy about that, right? But anyways, we should also let you in on the fact that President Bola Tinubu has implored African leaders to make more strategic and deliberate efforts in addressing the exodus of skills and talents from Africa. In fact, he said these efforts, include stemming tribalism, rewarding performance, and reforming archaic judicial systems, right? Well, the special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Ajurin Galali, also revealed in a statement saying that we can stop skill exodus by enhancing performance incentivization in Africa, right? That was a statement signed on Thursday by titled President Tinubu, saying we can stop skill exodus by enhancing performance incentivization in Africa. Going to the WhatsApp portal now, let's bring it to you as quickly as we can, right? Getting there. Let's see. I see this. Okay. Let's start with this one now. Samuel from Kuje saying, standing on existing protocols right there. He says, this flood issue that is consuming human beings and their properties in various parts of the country, I want to ask, what plan do the people in authority have to remedy the situation? Why can't senators defend their running cost? After all, they are the ones benefiting from it. But when it comes to the matters that concern the masses, they will be dragging their feet. What a big shame. Please, I am pleading with the authorities that they should not handle this monkeypox pandemic like COVID-19. Oh, chai. I said I rest my case. Have a good and wonderful day, UD. All right. You too, Samuel. And to this one right here, Innocent, all the way from Suleja, says, good morning, UD. Good morning to you too. Says, the point has to be made that any international disputes between a subarachnoid okay, subnational entity and a foreign entity involves the federal government, which guarantees the relationship ab initio. So those lacking knowledge should know that any national asset seized in this regard, like the stolen funds stashed abroad, is as if it is an asset belonging to the state in dispute. Thank you. Innocent is making a clarification right there. All right, thank you, Innocent, for that one. I see this one now. James from Suleja says, welcome to Nigeria, where our leaders have sold our respective nation on the altar of borrowing and loans. The Chinese companies have won in 3 courts so far. In US, UK, and France, no. James, I disagree. From what I see, the only that they have won now would be France, right? And according to Bayo Onanuga, he had said that they had tried that in the US and the UK, but all of these attempts had failed. So let's not be guided. Well, you go on to saying that this is what happens when we go about signing agreements without fully understanding its implications. Nigeria signed a bilateral investment treaty with the People's Republic of China and are also signatories of Foreign Sovereign Immunities Act. Okay, FSIA, you say that one is. All right, thank you, James. Appreciate that one from you. But then let's get on to this one now. Okay, let's get to the voice note and bring it as early as we can. Please, we should always fact check, what it is that we say, because we may not always be correct. That's the truth. You can't know it all. You must do your research just to be sure that what you're saying is indeed the fact, right? Okay, but let's see this one here now, and Selassie will be opening the floor.
Good morning to Ubon Goodluck Daniels.
Good morning
to the listeners and callers of this great radio station. BB Blessing Talatu, Donatus from Niger State, Felix from Anambra. I greet you. I greet Elder Onoja. I want to start by talking about this issue of Zhongshan, talking about this loan collected by from China. Is Ogun State in Burkina Faso? Who are the collateral? Did this governor, before they collect this money, National Assembly normally approve all this loan that they collected? And these people say they are ready to settle these things. I don't know when it comes to, when you hear the name of Obi, it's an embarrassment. So Nigerian government should stand and see how they will fight this case. These are the things. It's an embarrassment to me. It's an embarrassment to even hear this news popping out for the news headline. It's an embarrassment. So they should do the needful and see how they will they settle this case, as the Zhongshan company are ready to settle with Nigerians. I tell you, the late Tanzanian President John Magufuli, when China has promised to offer them $10 billion loan, he asked them what are the collateral. They say their international airport of Dar es Salaam should be concession for 99 years. He said to hell with their money. He said he don't want to collect that loan. But look at us here, going everywhere. Do we know the collateral of the loan collected by Buhari? Do we know? Did Nigeria know what are the collateral? So now when you come to all this, some people will start criticizing. Now we are talking of fuel selling at the rate of 1,000 naira in Abuja now. We are all into it. We don't know PDP, APC, Afghan, Muslim, Christian. They should do the needful. Thank you.
All right, Selassie, they should do the needful. And you end with a resounding thank you. Okay, let's go see this one here right now. Okay, taking it already.
So, Chris Chidi, calling in from Kubwa. If Ogun State is Chris Chidi, calling in from Kubwa. If Ogun State has borrowed money and could not pay back, are you saying Ogun State is currently poor? If it's a failed state, why don't they remove that state from the total 36 states, and so that we can have few states who are productive? You borrowed money, it should be for productivity. Who is the governor who borrowed that money, and why are names not mentioned? That is my take on that. Thank you.
All right. Ooh, borrowed. Why are the names not mentioned? Are we just going to sweep it under the carpet as though they were not people that borrowed these monies? And we're now going to say, you know what? All is fair and square. We all right. And now it's a matter of the Ogun State and, this Zhongshan company and all of that. Well, that is some very strong concern, but some others would want to say, hey, nip the situation in the bud first, right? Take away your the case out from outside the shores, come back home, and then you can resolve your internal crisis. Call Ogun State to order and and tell them, hey, what's up? What's going on? How did this happen? Please, what kind of calling outs have you brought to us, Ogun State? Oh yeah, who are those involved, right? Well, that's what, some would want to say, reasonably saying, hey, come on, let's fix it first. And then when we come back home, we might as well just begin to name names and lay blames and find those who are responsible in one way or the other, for this shady dealings, right? But Seeing this one, I should also bring it to you very quickly. Well, the Chinese company Zhongshan Fuxing Industrial Investment Corporation or Company Limited did not win the cases in the UK and the US related to the seizure of Nigerian presidential jets, right? In fact, the companies attempted to enforce its judgment in these countries. Attempts to enforce its judgments in these countries were unsuccessful. So the Nigerian government is convinced that Zhongshan misled the Judicial Court of Paris and the use and nature of presidential jets as assets of a sovereign entity whose assets are protected by diplomatic immunity forbid any foreign court from issuing an order against them. I hope we have clarity now so that we don't you understand. But I see more messages coming through. Let's go take this one now. Good morning, Udwa. This one must know me from the soil. Okay, good morning to you. On C's presidential jet, I want to ask, is Ogun State government not an APC government loyal to Tinubu's APC's government in Abuja? Some question. Is it possible to separate APC in states where they are ruling and federal government APC? Another question. If it was an achievement, they'll take the credit as a party and brag about saying APC is the same and working. Nigeria are not interested in knowing whether it was Ogun State or federal government. All we know is that APC borrowed money that led to our presidential jet, which is a national asset being seized by the Chinese board. Okay, well, you're still saying that APC self-acclaimed doctors, apologists, and sycophants who always defend everything APC does should know we're intellectuals, hence we're educated enough to know how to process and interpret issues in the news. Okay, for their information, sycophancy isn't patriotism. Okay, Mr. Linus from Brick City, Kubwa. All right, Mr. Linus. I wouldn't want us to want to go toe the line of, it's an APC decision. I mean, it's a state. It's a state government that, so, yeah. But anyways, your thoughts are still very valid, though. Very, very, very much valid. It's just another angle to it. But let's see this one. It says, good morning. Good morning to you, too. This is coming from Yusuf, all the way from Wuseitu. Says, 3 presidential jets seized in France. Once again, Nigeria is being made to part with its resources through unreasonable contracts signed by our government officials. Just recently, the government, in the case of a P&ID, struggled to set aside the award of $9 billion in damages against the country in similar circumstances. In this instant case, the contract was for the management of free trade zone in Ogun State, and one wonders if such contract cannot be handled by a local firm. The motivating factor for signing such a contract is either corruption or lack of patriotism, as was revealed in the case of P&ID. It is my opinion that there should be a framework for signing government contracts to prevent abuse by government official. Also, any official that signs any unreasonable agreement on behalf of the federal government should be investigated and prosecuted. All right, some talk right there. Very, very powerful. Now, this one says, good morning, Daniel. I'm listening from Nasarawa State. I've been following the development in Kano under Abba Yusuf over a year. All I see is a governor who's not performing yet, but bent on undoing everything his predecessor did. Going on vendetta, lastly, a few weeks ago, Abba brought 2 trucks full of new wheelbarrows to empower Kano youths. What a funny way to empower Kano youths. I bet you, if there's any former governor, if investigation or investigated will not be found wanting. Okay, you're saying... I bet you, if there is any, or you're basically, it's just like, there is no former governor that, if investigated, will not be found wanting of embezzlement of funds. Okay, Tekambi Undu, I see that. And we should take this now. Okay, good morning to you. Okay, good morning to you. Happy weekend. Along with Rack Daniel. Thank you. This is coming from Comrade Ulobasi, FCT Abuja. He says China was reported to have targeted and taken over some valuable assets of 2 African countries, including Gambia. China's government's foray into Africa is to recolonize the continent using giving off loans as a bait to seize important assets of nations abroad, it's high time for African nations, especially Nigeria, to stop Chinese fictitious companies from operating in the country. Let's be very careful and beware of Chinese tricks to take over Nigeria, please. In addition, the purported defense put up by the discos to continue ripping off poor Nigerians on high electricity tariffs is nothing but sheer wickedness. This conspiracy to perpetually impoverish the common man in the streets must stop, else it will backfire someday. Finally, it's laughable, very insensitive and shameful for Akpabio's Senate to sort of defend its running cost, running into billions of naira. May God save us from ourselves, you say. All right, may God save us from ourselves. Okay, Abbas is saying, okay, Abbas, you're adding which president and state governors was the loan taken? Well, Abbas, I would look into that. I would have loved to, but time would not allow for me to do that right now. But let's go see this one, okay? All right, so, who should be? Okay, James, you've given me some things to look into. Well, I'll look into it. But as I earlier said to you, this case between the Zhongshan and the Ogun State's government, as well as, of course, by and large, Nigeria, has in the UK, right? They've looked into it. They tried it. It did not work. You said it started from 2022 in January. I get it. But it did not work in the US. It did not work. They failed woefully. For some reason in Paris, France, they've succeeded. And the government is saying that they will look into it and ensure that that does not find, permanence as it stands. Right. But okay, this is where we would call it a close, right? And want to say a big thank you to each and every one of us. You've indeed spoken delightfully well and very, very educated too in your ways. And that's why we are a family. Catch me at 9 a.m. because I'll be right here again as we go talking matters that concern Nigeria. You and I, we would talk the talk and ensure that those whom we have voted in, placed in high authority, would do their own part, because we would pressure them into doing it with our voices and not taking up arms. My name is Udrak Daniel. Vicky Vic is going to be here as the sports minister on radio. Sports on Eagles Wings will be the next you get to hear. Don't go away.